A California woman is incredibly fortunate this morning. She was sitting in her car near an airport in Burbank, California, and narrowly escaped injury after a small airplane came crashing right down where she was. 3 people aboard the plane were hurt. No cause yet has been revealed. Investigators in Oklahoma still trying to determine why a tanker truck was stuck on railroad tracks when a freight train slammed right into it. The train's conductor and engineer died in the fiery crash. The truck driver suffered third-degree burns over 50% of his body. China jolted by an earthquake today. The 6.1 magnitude tremor struck the Sichuan province. That's the same area where a massive quake killed 70,000 people in May. The top U.S. commander in Iraq is giving his initial recommendation on when to continue with troop withdrawals and at what pace. General David Petraeus is expected to submit his final set of recommendations sometime over the next couple of weeks. Finally, now that Michael Phelps has won his 8 gold medals, what could he possibly have left to do? Well, go to Disney World, of course. The swimming phenom given a parade in his honor. He received the tour from Mickey himself. Not the Mickey while I was there. That guy's pretty old. Meanwhile, Phelps is also going to be hosting the season premiere of Saturday Night Live. Live from New York, September 13th. That is a look at the news, and let's head back over to Amy, Lester, and Chris.
Phelps still living the dream. Right now we want to get a check of the other stories making headlines this morning. We'll say hello again to NBC's Kevin Corke at the news desk. Hey, Kevin.
Great to see you all. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. The sprint is on toward Election Day once again. The Democratic presidential team of Barack Obama and Joe Biden beginning their first road trip together. No, it's not in the back of a Vega, by the way. The two are hitting key battleground states like Ohio and Pennsylvania, where they hope to sway voters to the Democratic ticket. The mother of that missing Florida toddler has been arrested once again. 22-year-old Casey Anthony picked up last night on check fraud and theft charges. She had been out on bail after spending weeks behind bars following the disappearance of her daughter Kaylee. The missing 3-year-old's grandmother appeared exclusively on Today this morning, saying she believes her granddaughter is still alive.
I think someone kidnapped her, and someone better just take her to a fire station or police station and just drop her off so that we can end this. Kaylee's alive. There was no odor in that car when it was picked up, so that therefore there was no little body. So please look for an alive Kaylee. That's all I ask. That's all I've asked from day one.
Casey Anthony insists she had nothing to do with the disappearance of her daughter. Meanwhile, in India, the worst flooding there in 50 years has created a massive humanitarian crisis. Rain in the eastern part of the country has overwhelmed waterways and cut off entire villages. 85 people have died, and authorities are struggling to get food and aid inside. Federal authorities say 2 airliners were a minute away from colliding over the Atlantic this week. The NTSB says a Delta flight and a Russian passenger jet were headed toward each other near Puerto Rico on Thursday when cockpit alarms went off. The Russian pilot took evasive action, descending about 300 feet to avoid that Delta jet. And she wowed us with her performance on the balance beam in China, and now gymnastics all-around gold medal winner Nastia Liukin will realize a lifelong dream. That's right, she'll be on a special edition of the Breakfast of Champions. Her face will grace the Wheaties boxes that'll be hitting store shelves next month. Some people want a bobblehead, some people want to be on a Wheaties box. That is the news. Back to Lester, Amy, and Chris.